Hey guys! Welcome back to Let's Play Xenosaga Episode 1. Last time, we finished up pretty much all the exploration and re-exploration that we needed to do, and now we have our final party set up for moving forward. We actually will be moving forward today. Now, before we do, make sure, just like at the end of the last time, make sure you have Spell Ray and preferably Arcannon, though if you don't have enough points for that because you didn't want to grind them out, then, you know, you're fine, you don't have to, but preferably have them in the high slot because that'll make life a lot easier for us. We can't change anything on Virgil, so that's not a big deal. Last time we actually did pick up an item. Let's take a look here. And there it is, the Coat Lightning. It gives us a couple of vitality, and it reduces lightning type damage by 20%. This can be extracted via skills. However, if we go to do so, we'll see that it's level 3 and it's grayed out. And, well, Shion has enough points, but I don't think anybody else does. Basically, in order to get up to level 3, we need to extract enough level 1s to get to level 2, and then enough level 2s to get to level 3. Basically, it means that you can't go straight to the good skills. You have to get a whole bunch of crap first, which the Xenosaga series is kind of known for. Pretty much every time you want to get like a spell or a tech or a skill or whatever, you usually have to get a whole bunch of junk before you can get what you actually want. But in this case, it doesn't matter too much. So there's one guy over here. Come on. Run into it. No! Once he kind of does that, you sometimes have enough time to run away. That is an avoidable battle, just like this one is. That one usually doesn't even see me, but how long are you going to follow me? There you go. Now, this guy down here, he actually is really stupid, and he won't even chase after you if you just go around the edges. So that's what I'm going to do, since it doesn't really matter. Get a bunch of revives for doing that. Now, make sure you're ready before you come through here, because this starts the next sequence.
Damn it! Not now!
What's happening to you?
Will my death be for nothing?
Even Alan's got a gun. Shion, what are you doing? Why don't you wield your weapon there and start shooting at enemies?
What are you people doing here?
Trying to stay alive, maybe?
Gnosis!
Yeah, that's what they are. And there, of course, is our hero. And she's still got her miniguns.
It's functional.
Yeah, and it's kicking ass. That's just awesome.
You want some of this?
You seem really proud of your ability to fire a gun, especially a machine gun, where you're not even aiming. Yeah, this guy's a little bit mad. Hey, look at that, even Shion's got herself a gun. Why she doesn't use her in-battle weapon in the cutscene, I don't know, but whatever. That's a lot of them. That's going to take a long time to take out, even though I can one-shot most of these guys. Oh, crap. It's like, oh, I could feel that. Oh, no. This is not going to end well, is it? Well, Virgil actually came to our aid. Surprising. KOS-MOS is trying to take him out. That's the wrong guy.
Feb.
Who's that? Feb? Who's Feb? Do we know anything about this? No. And by the time we actually will be able to make sense of this scene, we will have forgotten that this even happened. I know I did the first 2 times I played the game. Only now that I'm more familiar with it, that actually means something to me. She looks like she's ready to throw up.
This ship is about to capsize. Please make haste.
Wait, KOS-MOS. KOS-MOS? Do you understand what you've just done?
My assigned duty is to protect Vector employees. Protection of military personnel is not part of my prime directive.
That's
Prime
no
directive.
excuse! You have no right to go about killing people! Why did you shoot Lieutenant Virgil? With your power, you don't have to sacrifice anyone to—
At that time, Lieutenant Virgil was in my direct line of fire. Any changes in my firing position to avoid Lieutenant Virgil while protecting you would have resulted in a 30% depreciation in my offensive capabilities. On the other hand, with the Lieutenant's death, there would only be a 0.2% drop in efficacy. I simply chose the option with the highest probability to keep you alive.
I love how
Furthermore,
KOS-MOS's voice
The
actress.
escape pod has a maximum capacity of 2 occupants. I believe it is obvious who gets priority.
There you go.
How can you even say that? Have you no conscience?
Shion, you forget I am not human. I am merely a weapon.
And that's what I like about the voice
You,
actress.
of all people, should be well aware of that fact.
She balances both. She sounds robotic, but
What is your
some
decision?
amount
Will
human
you
at the
board
same
escape
time.
pod, or will you not board the escape pod? If you wish to express remorse for his death, it is best that you survive. Otherwise, you will render his death meaningless.
Come on, Chief. Let's go.
I just think that scene was very well done, especially with the voice acting. Mm-hmm. That doesn't sound good. That doesn't look good. That looks like one of those whales, but not quite on the same level we saw before. And it's boss time! Now, obviously we no longer have Mr. Virgil, but that doesn't matter because these guys are pretty much always weak to what we have. Do notice that the square attacks are going to be grayed out for this because they're all flying. Flying enemies can only be hit by ranged attacks. Do I have any good ethers? I do not have any good ethers. I was looking at the strategy guide on GameFAQs for this fight, and let's shoot this one. And it's rather funny, actually, because they recommended grinding to about the level that I'm at, but they expected me to do it in the battles that were actually there with the low experience and the low skill points and have way more ethers and way more everything at this point. And I just looked at it, I was like... And then they provided strategy for this boss fight. The only strategy you need for this boss fight is to attack. This is one of the easiest fights in the game, and you have almost no chance of dying. The lightning coat that we got in the last, in that treasure chest in the segment address there, you can equip that for this fight, and it is somewhat valuable because they do a lightning attack, but it's not necessary or even really worthwhile. So I'm gonna go and just basically take out the 2 guys on the side first. The main boss is weak to beam, which is what KOS-MOS's attacks as well as our cannon are. So we're going to be using her beam attacks to take them down. But for now, 57, can I one-shot you? I can. Okay, there we go. So we got them on skill points, which is nice. Now, one of the skills they recommended you have for this boss fight is Boost +1, which basically gives boost to a character, and I probably could have come very close to getting it if I did not, but I don't think it's really worthwhile. The reason for that is going to be apparent shortly, because we do a lot of damage. Now, do note that even though we have all 6 of our AP, we cannot go triangle, circle, circle, and do our cannon twice. You need a separate accessory in order to do that, and you can't get that until much later in the game. If I had done circle there, it would have just ended her turn. I want to do as much damage as I can on the critical, because, yeah, he had a total of, what, 960? I've already dropped them to nearly half. Yeah, let's just go like that. That's fine. As you can see, strategy is not necessary for this boss fight other than attacking. And since they've blurred out your square attacks, which it's not weak to, you can see why it's unnecessary. Once he gets below a certain amount of HP, he gathers strength for Gravity Pulse, which he can then use, and it does a decent amount of damage. Yeah. But as you can see, he's not going to survive very long. That's unfortunate. Let's see here. Yeah, she did a critical. I can't do Arcannon, I don't think, otherwise I'll end up killing him. You know what? I'm going to chance it.
Charging.
Ah, and it didn't even give me what I wanted. I wanted to get my boost gauge up. Yeah, I'm going to end up killing him. So I'll just I'll redo this off-screen so I get the additional skill points from this guy. And I will see you on the victory screen in a moment. I was trying to get enough boost gauge so that I could boost KOS-MOS onto the proper slot because I knew I wasn't going to get it. But as you can see, we only got like 30 tech points for that. We can get a lot more. Okay, and we're back. As you can see, we've basically tripled the amount of points, at least tech points, that we got from the last one. So yeah, that's why I decided to redo that fight. I will do this a lot throughout the game. I will redo fights. Like if I go through the entire boss fight and I get ×2 points, I'll probably redo the fight and get ×4, just because I can. Just so you know, I will be abusing save states when I do that. I'll make a save state some point in the boss fight and then just go back that one, so I don't have to redo the whole thing. That time I had to go redo the whole thing because I didn't expect it to miss, and there's so small amount of points on that one that it wasn't worth going back to get ×4. Trying to get ×10 is really difficult, but the few times you get it, you're really, really happy about it, for sure. A lot of these. Holy crap! Now, one of the things that's kind of weird about this game is they build up KOS-MOS as this absolute boss, and she is better against Gnosis than pretty much any other character, but at the same time, she's not this level good in battle, which is rather unfortunate. But if they did do that, it would just be too unbalanced. So I know why they did it. It's just kind of strange. And the ship is basically blowing up. And by basically, I mean it is blowing up. KOS-MOS, what are you doing? There's a whale, but it's not attacking you, so you should probably leave it alone and get us out of here. Okay. How long are we going to look at the whale? Oh, so the whale took the Zohar there. I can't hear you, KOS-MOS.
Affirmative.
There we go.
The target object was not the original.
What do you mean, not the original?
Affirmative.
She's getting orders.
It was an emulator.
Oh, speaking of emulators.
Roger.
She's getting orders from someone.
Upon deploying tracking device, I will depart immediately. As originally planned, I will head for 2nd Milsha.
Okay. Someone's giving her orders, and I don't know who it is. And she gets a railgun, because why the hell not? Actually, I think that one, at least in the second game, is what her minigun looks like, but it just shoots really fast. Okay, what did you shoot? Tracker? Okay. Are we gonna figure out what exactly KOS-MOS is doing? And what have you found there? Some ship that no one else can see, probably? And And that's pretty much it. Now, the next episode or two will be pretty much all cutscenes, and this is probably the best place to stop and end the episode, so we're going to end it a little bit early today. But yeah, so I would recommend whenever they give you these little scenes, I would recommend saving, because usually it means cutscenes are incoming, and if you don't have the time to sit there, assuming you're not playing on an emulator, assuming that you won't have the time or you might get called into work or something like that, probably a good idea to save at this point. Anyway, though, that's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.